Did you know that 100% of turtles have traces of plastic in their bodies? Or did you know that 20 of the hottest years ever recorded have been in the past 22? Dozens of species are currently going extinct each day. Scientists predict that by 2050, global carbon emissions must be cut in half, or we face irreversible damage. And by 2050, as many as 30 to 50% of the total species found on Earth will have disappeared. And yet we're going in the opposite direction, doubling down on the culprit, plastic. The plastic problem is much more than litter. In fact, every stage of plastic, from drilling for the materials to its disposal, is detrimental to our planet's health and our own. Completely made of fossil fuels, traditional plastics require drilling deep into the ground, some small explosions to break up rock formations, sucking the fossil fuels from the earth, and then transporting it to oil refineries, a process known as fracking. The drawbacks to this are that it poisons drinking water supplies, causes earthquakes, and not to mention the oil spills. At the oil refineries, fossil fuels are transformed into useful products, mainly petroleum, the ingredient used to make plastic. This process releases carcinogens and other deadly toxic greenhouse gases into the air. So deadly that in fact an 85-mile-long industrial stretch along the Mississippi River that is known for its abundance of oil refineries and cancer cases is known as Cancer Alley. Okay, so now you've poisoned a couple rivers, endangered a few species, and made cancer as common as the sniffles, all to bring you that plastic fork or Ziploc bag. You might think the dangers stop there, right? Wrong. Plastic products are made up entirely of toxic chemicals associated with serious health problems, such as neurodevelopmental disorders like ADHD and autism. And even after you throw it away, it never really goes away. Like, ever. It just gets broken down into smaller and smaller pieces called microplastics, which end up in our food and our oceans. So we made it our life's work to solve this problem. And who knew the solution could be so sweet? Sugarcane. We landed on sugarcane because it doesn't affect an ecosystem or food supply, and that's why we came to Brazil. Brazil is the world's largest grower of sugarcane. The country is a little over 3 million square miles, and an entire third of that is used for farming. Because sugarcane is a dense and productive plant, growing it uses only 1% of that farmable land. And since sugarcane is very water efficient, almost all of it is irrigated naturally by rainfall. The sugarcane region is in the center-south of the country, about 1,200 miles away from the Amazon rainforest, so there is no chance of contributing to any deforestation. The good thing about growing sugarcane is that plants capture carbon dioxide while they grow. It's then harvested and sent to the mills, where it is split into two parts, sugar and ethanol. The sugar is sent out for human consumption, and the ethanol is used to make our products. No drilling required. Another thing that's great about this process is that we are left with a pulp called bagasse, which is a biofuel that is used to power the entire production process. They make so much energy from this biofuel that it actually powers the surrounding cities, meeting the region's energy needs. The Brazilians have also developed a process to collect a nutrient-rich liquid in the process of milling the sugar, and they use it as a natural fertilizer for the next season's crops. Virtually no chemical fertilizer is used in Brazilian sugarcane cultivation. In Brazil, they use no genetically modified organisms in their sugarcane fields, so the sugar used for this new kind of plastic is certified GMO-free, toxic-free, and FDA approved. And unlike traditional plastic, our products are certified compostable, meaning they biodegrade over time, leaving zero trace of microplastics. When you compare making plastic from sugarcane versus petroleum, the impact is pretty astonishing. The production of 200,000 tons of sugar-based plastic represents an annual reduction of 800,000 tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. That's equivalent to the annual emissions of over 800,000 cars. And the plant-based plastic is exactly like traditional plastic. It's strong and durable, but made from good, not evil. Our planet is dying. Let's save it.